will not even respond to them. But they think that I will do something, and they think I can do everything. And unfortunately, I can't. I have to say, I wish I would Abraham, like what Abraham Lincoln said one time, because everybody asked him for so much. I wish I had scarlet fever, then I have something I could give to everybody. That's the kind of life I live. I'm down here every day when we're not in session, other people are not. Because I believe in the job that I'm doing, and nobody makes me come here. And it doesn't make me noble. It just makes it possible for me to sleep at night. But I'm going to hold people's feet to the fire, and I'm going to see, to the extent that I can, that something is done. And Senator Bloomfield act like what I said was inappropriate, so I'm going to say it here with my own mouth. The legislature has the opportunity to deal with this matter. Senator Kintner, if he had a shred of decency, would resign. There's no way that if my wife had cancer, my career would mean more to me. I would drag her through a public meat grinder for me having committed this crime against her. Make people say that my wife is not with me what she ought to be. Don't look for help. You sit there and watch me let people talk against me, which senators don't allow. They don't allow the public to come and say things about them and against them, but I do. And I look for it, because they don't see me as being the same as you all. But that's the way it is here. Here's the point that I'm making. I will, when the session comes, deal with this in the way that I think I should. I don't care what the issue is. I don't care whose issue it is. And to show that I'm going to put myself in the same position as everybody else, I will not offer a piece of legislation. But everybody who offers a bill had better be prepared to listen to me, work with them, to discuss it line by line, page by page, section by section, amendment after amendment after amendment. And if you think because I'm nearly 80 years old I can't do it, watch me. And you all will see that what ought to have been handled by the legislature, but we chose not to do our job because some people on the outside told us don't do it. There will be a day of reckoning. And there's nothing that the legislature can do to me. If you all could do something, you would have done it. You tried when that misstatement about my comment of the police being our ISIS was dealt with. But here's what I'm going to tell you all, then I'm going to be through. I've done cartoons and some serious drawings of Senator Kintner and written some very clever satirical rhymes, which I intend to continue doing. And a formal complaint was made against me, I guess because my rhymes were so effective and my drawings so good. But I'm working on a picture, and it's going to be a black man. I haven't made up my mind whether he'll actually be having his neck stretched or just be on the platform waiting to be hanged. And there are going to be all these white people standing around. And you know what the caption will be? What would happen if Senator Chambers did exactly what Senator Kintner had done. And everybody in this room knows. They can play like they don't, but they know good and well what the attitude and reaction would have been, not just from the legislature, but the rest of the people in this state. If Senator Chambers was found to have taken state property and masturbated and engaged in this kind of filthy conversation, and there's a transcript of it, and he did it, how many people you think be sitting up here saying, well, I think you're being too hard on him. I think you don't have a standard that we understand. No. And you know what they'll be saying with one voice? We got him at last. If they could get me for something, you think they wouldn't have done it? I know what my position is in this legislature and what my status is not. But I'm strong enough to deal with it, and I shall. And we're going to all deal with it together, either in a special session or in January. And we'll see how many of these people in here will be there in the chamber every single day backing you all up. They won't be there, and we all know it. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to do something I rarely do. I'm going to not apologize to my colleagues because I have a right to say what I'm going to say. But I didn't have any intention to go as much and go on as long as I did today. But Senator Snoward looked like a red bandana to me, and I felt like a bull, so you saw what happened.
Thank you, Senator Chambers. Any other questions for Senator Schnorr? Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I would just like to close to say I do not condone what Senator Kintner did at all.
Thank you. Any other testifiers? I have one coming up, and you want to testify, sir?
Sure.
Have you filled out a green sheet?
No, I have not, sir.
Want to grab one while this one? Could you state and spell your name for us, please?
Yes, my name is Lucas Peterson, L-U-C-A-S-P-E-T-E-R-S-O-N. You can call me Luke, and I'm in no relation with the Attorney General. I had no intention on speaking today, actually, but I did have every intention on coming and observing what was going down, and I was here 10 days ago when you first discussed this, but I'm just really shocked about why people are coming to the microphone and saying we don't appreciate or don't condone and what Senator Kintner has done, but we don't think it's unbecoming of you all, duly elected officials, to almost do something about it or anything about it. Well, I'm 32 years old. I've been a follower of the legislature ever since I was in 4th grade. I was a page in 2008 here. And if you can't say that a person, an elected official, were to have done something so egregious and allow him or her to stay, that's a reflection on you, is all I really have to say. The other thing that I also often think about is, and it's been brought up numerous times already, if someone who happened to be non-religious, non-heterosexual, non-Caucasian, and were to do the exact same thing, what would be the example of that? I certainly talked to a lot of people, Republicans, Democrats, apolitical, political, and they all have the same reaction. This is deplorable and despicable, and something ought to be done. My personal opinion is that he should be impeached. That's just me. So I have no idea what you are all going to do. Every single friend of mine asked for my opinion about it, and the response I've been giving is, let the legislature go through some growing pains here. This is unprecedented. It's never been done before. As Speaker Hadley had pointed out 10 days ago, across the nation, it has only happened 17 times where a state's legislature impeached one of their own. It hasn't happened here. So I would say, with due deference, let the legislature go through some growing pains. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be anything that anyone wants to talk about. But it ought to be done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. Any questions? Thank you so much. Any other testifiers? Please say and spell your name for the record, please.
I've been listening for an hour now, or more.
Well, we have to be sure so that the transcribers can get it.
My name is Jim Sazma. J-I-M, you know how to spell that. Last name is S-A-Z-A-M-A. I reside in Omaha, Nebraska. Been there for numerous years. Now, I've been sitting here for the last couple hours listening to this discussion, and I want to be right up front with you. I think Kintner is a pretty savvy individual, but he sure rubbed somebody wrong in this organization, because some people out here must have small minds because, a lot of things, then I don't condone